Hello friends, you're with the Lonesome Gamer and I'm playing 18NL. Now, we're still in green right now, but that will change and I'm pretty sure we're gonna see some dramatic ORs coming up because this guy here during the stock round, he is now able to float the NFL, the last remaining company, which wasn't floated yet, and then he's gonna trigger the train rush by buying the last 4 and also the first 5, and then everybody's gonna jump in trying to get the 5s and maybe the 6s. And then we'll see what happens, right? I mean, in theory, it can't be possible that that in the end we don't actually need to get to the Ds. You know, there are enough 5s and 6s out there so that the companies with the 3 train could end up with a permanent train. So for example, this guy over here, this guy here, here. There are only 4 companies that are in this specific position. Then the new company will buy one, and overall we have 6 trains available. 6 of these, well, let's call them cheap permanent trains. But there are only 5 companies, but there are other players who will also try to get one. And then it could lead into some kind of disaster for, I think especially for this guy here who has 2 companies with only a 3 train. That could be a massive problem. He's also in a questionable position. There's no money in here, or just a couple of bucks. No permanent train. So yeah, I guess these guys, these 2, they are in the biggest trouble probably pretty soon. But first let's start with a stock round here. So now this guy, he buys, well, first he's got to sell a couple of shares. Well, actually it should be good enough to sell that one. So that goes in here, that gives him $100, and he leaves that money in there and simply grabs a share of the NFL. And he's got now enough money to float it. Now he has right now the most money. The next player here, the owner of the KNLS, he's sitting on $300, but as I said, there's some problems here, no money in the company, and yeah, he's definitely in a little bit of trouble there. Okay, a lot was going on during this stock round, a lot of stock, well, not exactly stock trashing, but definitely some manipulation of the market. You know, everybody wanted to be as close behind this new formed company as possible so that they can get the 5 train. So this guy, for example, who was on 100 and the new company would have started after him, he sold a share to bring himself down. He sold one of his own shares to be second. These guys kind of fought also for 2nd and 3rd and 4th position. So there was this, but the resources were limited, you know, all of them could only buy a single share basically. So in the end they just did hurt themselves. There was also some stock trashing going on here. The par value was at 82, the share value was at 100. So a couple of people try to make money out of this, and yeah, I think that's pretty much what happened. Of course, a new company floated, and I forgot to do that. The Nordfriesische Lokalspoorweg Mattapi. So I will go here. Gosh. And we're gonna have 2 tokens. And it's gonna be $1,000. Okay, great. So that means now we go into the operating round, and this guy here has priority. So the ZH ESM starts. They laid this tile here, planning for the other company to be able to make a connection then as soon as possible, as soon as brown becomes available. Then we run the 3 train for 150, and you know, I'm actually paying out. We got 15. I only have 3 shares here. No, I think I'm gonna swallow that. It's a tough call. You know, I guess I want to roll a die here. On a 1 to 4 I pay out. So I'm going to do that. 15 per share, that gives me 45. And 60 go in the company. Okay. Oops, so just like this. And then it's the KNLS. These guys sitting here. What options are there? Not that many, actually. They could try to fuck up these guys by laying nasty stuff here. I really wonder if it's worth doing that. I think they're actually gonna upgrade this here, and I think that might bring this guy into some trouble. It's really hard for him to make a connection somehow here if the others work against him. It might still be possible, but you know, the tile set in this game is pretty limited. You don't have some of the crazy ones which allow you to slip in somewhere or something. So yeah, maybe I mean, in the end he'd probably be able to go in like this, but if people really work against him, that might not happen either. And now they are running 2 trains, a 3 and a 4 train. So they can go 1, 2, 3 right here, and then 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess. So that's 50, 60, 90, 120, 150, 180. So that is 230. Now the question is, do we pay out or do we swallow? I mean, at that point, 230. You know, the thing is, I'm so far behind that it seems at that point it doesn't really matter if I pay out or swallow. So I think on a 1 to 4, I'm gonna roll a die, and on a 1 to 4, I'm gonna pay out. So I'm gonna swallow in this case, okay. So 230 go in the company. There we go. Share value drops. And I forgot again to pay out the privates. So this guy gets one last time 15. We've got 10 up there. 5 down here. 10 right here. And this is it. Okay, great. And that means that now we do have our new company. And we're still in green. So they're not going to be able to upgrade their Z tile here. Instead, they're going to somehow try to make their way down there. That can be a long way. And they're going to buy 2 trains. The 4 train and the 5 train. Let's do it like this. So that means 750 bucks. And now we're in brown, and therefore in the permanence. Okay, great. I think I miscalculated the run of the K and LS. I think I calculated that for 50, but we were just in yellow, so it's 30, so it's not, yeah. So, but that wasn't a problem. I just subtracted 20 bucks here. So now it's the S, and they're going to upgrade this. And I think they want to lay a token there. That is so important for them. So then they cut off this poor guy, but that is very, very valuable. So the question is, and I think they can do that. If they can't, I might have to undo this token business. They're going to need now, oh no, it's no problem for them at all. They can easily run, they can easily buy a 5 train. So then they run a 4 train here, 1, 2. Interestingly though, you know, no, I think it's okay. I could run down here then, something like this, and the other one here. Yeah, I think that's fine. The question is this better? Yeah, it probably is, or down here, but I think I'm going to go that way. 1, 2, 3, 4, so that's now 50 and 90, 60. So that's 150, and I'm going to pay that out. So 15 per share. $75 for this guy, and we got 15 here, and up there for him over here. Share value rises, and now he's going to be able to buy the second 5 train for 450. So there is now 1 left. And that's going to go to the yellow player. Yeah. So yellow's hope when they operated with this company was that they could use that money here. buy the train over here, and then that we have, there would have been about 900 bucks in there. That would have been enough to buy 2 5 trains. But sadly, there's only one left. So this whole thing didn't work out quite as good. Anyways, yellow can upgrade to brown. That is very important for them, that they can now make this connection. And I think we're going to do it like this. That looks reasonable. And then I'm going to lay a token. That's a little painful, but I think I have to do it. I'm going to lay a token here for 40 bucks. That's painful for this guy. Maybe I should have laid his token here now. But yeah, I didn't have that in mind. Okay. So that means we get back 60 bucks. Okay, great. And I'm going to run a train, a 4 train. 1, 2, 3, 4. So that is pretty good. That's 70, 120, 150. That's 190 with a single train. I will swallow that. Okay, fine. And I kind of messed up somehow. Somehow I lost these 500 bucks, but I know they were in there. I calculated that through yesterday. So yeah, I'm going to be able to buy a train here, the last 5 train. Oh, I see the problem. Before I do that though, I'm gonna have to buy the 3 train over. Oh fuck man, I cannot do that. Oh boy, that's a massive issue here. Holy shit, I didn't keep that in mind. There's the train limit now is 2. Oh man, that is such a disaster. Fuck. That is so bad. So I can buy the 5 train, but I cannot. You know, I thought about getting the money over here, and then there would be enough money in there to buy a 6 train out of pocket. It wouldn't be not quite enough, but close. But now, there's a good chance I can't do it. That is extremely bad. Shit. Yeah, that sucks. That is extremely bad. But I need that 5 train. So I'm gonna have to buy it. And I have to find a way. That can be pretty painful. I probably have to, you know, boy, I don't know what to do here. This is so fucked up. Yeah, I'm gonna have to buy that 4 train over then, and then the money is all in here where I don't really want it, and then I'm gonna have to, that was bad. But I thought I could buy the 3 train over here, then the money is in there and everything's fine, but I didn't realize the problem with the train limit. Okay, such is the game. You live and learn. So the NRS is already in trouble now. They are totally blocked. They cannot go out here, and they also are not here exactly. I mean, they can run their 4 train here, but it's all not that great. They could try to upgrade this and then make their way through here, but I'm considering more walking down or going down here. But someone has to lay that track. The 80 bucks can be a problem. But it would be a more profitable way, I guess. So first they're going to upgrade this into this. And now they got this way out of here. And then they're going to run their 4 train for 150. And yeah, that's not good enough to buy a 6 train. So do they swallow? Do they pay out? Well, I guess they're gonna pay out on a 1 to 4. Okay, so that's what they do. They're gonna pay out. So yeah, it probably makes sense. We got 6 times 15, so that's $90. Down here, 15. And this is it for now. Share value goes up at least. And now it's the NCS. And I'm pretty sure they will have the option to get that 6 train. So yeah, they have 630 in here, so they're good. Let's see what they want to do here. Okay, so we're going to upgrade this into this, I guess. And now I'm considering laying a token. Question is where exactly? I mean, probably here, so that this guy cannot lay a token, this SS player cannot lay a token there. What's important for me is, though, I gotta make sure that I get enough money in there. So if I lay a token for $40, I only have 600 left. I need 30 more bucks to buy a train, but there are 3 shares here in the company. So if I run for 100, I'm gonna have that money, and that is gonna happen. I have enough, so I can lay that token. And I'm afraid I have to lay it here and kind of screw the others over. But is that really what I want to do? Well, there is this one here too, which is, you know what, I think I'm going to use this one. That looks even better to me. You know, making a connection here and then going down here would be a fantastic investment. But of course, I'm not sure if I can afford it. Anyways, let's see. For now, I'm going to spend the $40 for the token. Then I'm going to run a 3 train, and I can go 50, 100, 150. So I run for 15 per share, obviously. And that means the company gets 45. I will receive 90. And anybody else invested in me? It doesn't seem so. Okay, great, but now I've got enough, 630 bucks, to buy the first 6 train, which kills my 2-3 trains. That is a problem, but still, I think I kind of prefer that instead of, especially because I think I can buy the second 6 train too, or the third one in this case, and that will save my ass. So now all the 3s go away. There they go. Okay. And it seems like at least now all the companies without a 3 train can manage to get a train. The question is, will then someone try to upgrade the 4 train into a diesel? And I think that will actually happen. And then some people are in serious trouble. So now it's the SS. Yeah, and they are not in the best position. They are now cut off here, which sucks for them, obviously. So, well, I guess right now I'm simply going to lay a tile here. And I don't have any trains, so I cannot pay out. But I can now buy the 6th train out of pocket, and that's okay for me. Overall I got here 540, so it's 90 bucks that I have to pay. That's fine. That is totally great for a permanent train. 90 bucks out of pocket, that's no problem at all. And by the way, all the miners, the privates, are now gone. So it's the AS, and they also need a train. They are also not in the best shape here. They are cut off. But on the other hand, they're also here, but they're also cut off here. Oh man, that was stupid. Maybe I shouldn't have laid that token. Yeah, that's the thing. Maybe I should not have laid that token. Maybe I can make a deal with this guy and lay the token here instead. I might actually consider that. If I make a deal with him, lay a token here, then the AS can also use that. So the question is, will someone else then place a token there? Hey, maybe not. It's hard to tell. Maybe I can actually do that and make an agreement with the others. You know, I think I'm going to do that. I'm going to place the token here instead. Allow him to go through, but also the AS can go through. And that brings me definitely in a better position. Okay, I cannot run a train, so the share value drops. And I have to buy a 6th train out of pocket. That is now a little painful, but it's still not terrible. I have about 430 in here, so I got to spend about 200 bucks, which I do not have. I have to sell a share, but I guess that is okay. I wonder if 1 is enough. I think so, actually. 1, 2, 3, 4. 5. Let's see. Okay, now here's the funny part. No, it's actually not that funny. I think I'm gonna have to sell. Yeah, I think I'm gonna have to sell that one. That's the one I want to sell for 90 bucks. And okay, let's do that. It's 100. 10 go back. Share value drops by 1. And oh, no, wait a minute. Actually, should be the other way around. Okay, great. And that means now I got. What is that? That shouldn't be here. Why are the 500 bucks in here? That is more than weird. Maybe these were the 500 bucks from this company. I have no clue why they are here, but we have now 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 600. What the fuck? I have no clue what that pile of money did there, but I'm pretty sure that this is now correct here. This looks pretty much right to me. I got 630, and that allows me to buy a train. This guy is sitting on, yeah, that makes sense, I think. I don't know why he had, I don't know what that was. I cannot tell. I think I know what it was. I think it was the money for this train that I didn't put in here. Yeah, I think it was the money for the other 6 trains. Okay, great. So we have now 630. We bought that 6 train. And that's it. So now every company that needs a train kind of has one. They can buy a train from here, and then we're all fine, and all the 4 trains would be permanent. But I'm kind of sure that's not going to happen. I'm pretty sure someone will say, wait a minute, I want to upgrade a train. And you know, for example, this guy here. He's sitting on 1, 2, 3, 400 bucks. I mean, I don't know. It's not that easy. Swallowing twice would be probably necessary, but here is even more money. 1, 2, 300. Let's say that is about 400. That's 500, 600, 700, yeah. He can easily do it. He just has to swallow once, and then he can upgrade the 4 train to a D train, and that's going to happen. And then these 2 guys will be in a lot of trouble. I mean, there is money in here. Maybe we can avoid a bankruptcy, but it's not going to be easy for anyone. So the ZHESM, they're going to upgrade this tile here, Rotterdam, to this. And well, they cannot pay out because they don't have a train. And now they're going to buy the 5 train over for pretty much everything there is. Let me see how much money there is now. That's 300 for 500, 600. Okay, that's close to 700. So I think we can leave $5 in here just in case things go wrong. And this is it. Okay, nice. Next, it's the S. Okay, they got now 2 trains. They're in a great position here. Let's see what they can do. So the S runs like this, and with the other guy they run like this. With the 5 train, that's 350. Is it great? I don't know. I think for these 2 trains, 350 isn't exactly great. But okay, we're gonna pay that out, 35 per share. So I guess that's 175. Is it? Yeah, I think it is. And we got this guy here. And someone up here. Okay, the value rises, of course. Okay, now let's see. This is 80, 82, 90. So that means the NFL runs first. And they are in trouble. They just are. I mean, what they can do is they can lay this Z now, because now we're in brown. So that gives them at least, oh, I forgot to place a token there. That gives them that run of 120. But if you think about it, I mean, they got 2 trains, right? And they just, it's pretty much a mess here. They are still completely trapped there, and it will take them at least 2 more tile lays to get anywhere. And even then, they're not in a great position. So the NRS will spend a little bit of money. It doesn't matter by now, right? They're in such a bad position, they might as well do that. So what they do is that's interesting. I mean, they're gonna spend $80 and lay track here. And now they have that connection down here. And they say, I mean, they could now lay a token for $40, but then they might screw the SS. And maybe they say, you know, I don't want to do that. We leave this open. Everybody kind of did that because they're all involved in here. We all don't want to screw each other over. So I'm also going to leave that open, hoping that nobody interferes there. And therefore, I think I'm fine, and I'm going to run my 4 train now. And I'm kind of kind of lose money here, right? If I lay a token here, I could run like this. That would be pretty awesome. But still, I think that yeah, the 70 here are not bad. So 1, 2, 3, 4, I guess. So that's 140, 150. That's a run of 200. Do I swallow? Do I pay out? Hard to tell. I mean, I'm gonna have to 200. I'm gonna roll a die here, but I feel like I want to swallow. But this guy is a pretty aggressive player, so on a 1 to only on a 1 to 3, I'm gonna swallow. Okay, I will. So the 200 go into the company. You know, I know that I'm gonna have to buy the D train, and so therefore I think paying that out could be pretty brutal. Now it's the NCS. We got a 6 train, and what options do they have? So I think I want to make an upgrade here. Into, wait a minute, yeah, into this, I guess. And now I can go from 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. I think that's the best. So that's 80, 120, 130, 200, 250. And that's something I'm going to pay out, obviously. So hold 6 shares. So it's 150 for me. And the company gets 75. That is not bad. So that might allow me to lay some kind of terrain or something. That's pretty useful. And the share value rises, obviously. So then the KNLS. And this guy is in trouble too now. What is he gonna do? KLNS also paid out. It makes sense because this guy holds 60%, and they're 30% here. So basically 90% of the money stay with the player and the share value rises. Therefore, when you have to buy a train, I think in this situation it makes total sense to pay out. And now it's the, what is it? Yeah, the NZOS. And they have now some options here. Now first let's see what we can do here. This is all a little tricky. I'm gonna go here. Hard to tell. NZOS, they try to do something like this. Maybe then break through here. When they get a diesel, they want to make some big runs, but it will take a couple of tile placements to get there. But they can work together with the HESM. Right now they only can go 1, 2, 3, 4, which isn't too great. So this is a 70, that's not that bad either. 70, 100, 190, and they're gonna have to swallow that. So they will drop in value, but now they can upgrade the 4 for $800 to a diesel. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. There we go. And they even have the money. Well, not quite. It's not quite the money for a for terrain, but maybe we'll see. So they're gonna pay the $800. That gives them a diesel, and that is now a serious problem for this guy over here and also for that guy up here, especially for him. He is in really bad trouble now. Okay, the SS, well, they have a 6 train. Well, let's see. The SS can run from here 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. That's not a bad run. That is 70, that's 100, 200, 260. That's pretty good. And you know what? I think they're going to swallow that. And then in the next OR, these guys gonna buy the train over here, and then there is a lot of money in there, and it still sucks, but it's gonna be okay. It's not terrible. They can do it with, I don't know, $200 or $300 or something like that, and they get a diesel, and that's okay, I think. But the problem is he has no income this turn, or this whole set of ORs. He's in a bad position, of course. And then it's the AS. He's in a good shape. He's possibly the player, definitely one of the players in the best shape. He's at 2 good companies and he's doing fine. He's got some, he got solid shares. He's okay. The AS Now the interesting thing is that he has priority. So if he swallows with the AS, he would have the option to buy the shares of the AS, as many as he wants, with one action. How many are left there? I mean, they are expensive, right? They cost 67 bucks. It's not like they would cost 20 bucks. But still, we got a 6 train here. They do not count against the share limit. So it's kind of tempting to do so. So again, I'm thinking about swallowing here to keep this thing in red. On a 1 to 4, I will do that. And I'm not going to do that. In this case, you know, usually I don't roll that often, but these are kind of tricky decisions and they are pretty important, I think. We have 280, so that means I get gosh, 84 or something like that. Yeah, 84 bucks for me. Okay, so that's 90. That's 100. Okay, there we go. And the share value rises. We'll see. I mean, now I definitely have more money than before. I can buy some additional shares, but I cannot buy them all with one purchase action anymore. We'll see if that's how bad that is. I mean, it would have been probably cool to do it, but okay. I made my decision, or actually I rolled a die. And this is it. We're done through this set of ORs, and the next one is going to be interesting. But honestly, I think I want to load this up now, because the next one will also be a little longer. And so yeah, I think for now I'm going to stop that. Okay, hope to see you on the next video or on lonesomegamer.com. Bye.